Hi. Hello. How are you doing? I have stuff everywhere, all of me. It's whatever. It's fine. I'm just not noticing that. Which kind of lines up with your message, in a sense. And if your message is this, you chose the full moon in Gemini, which actually lines up with Vedic astrology, not Western astrology. You don't have to be there. This is what resonates with you, no matter where you are, your location, where you're seeing this, when you're watching this, so forth and so have you. This is for the full moon coming up, but again, full moon is just the accumulation of things currently. So whenever you watch it, like I said, but it kind of does go with even just me pulling my string and what I was channeling beforehand. Things not going as planned or practice is what I wrote down. And so I didn't even notice this. Like I've been pulling this up, pulling this down, didn't notice the string at all. And it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna start. And that's kind of was my see, I got deodorant. I knew about the deodorant on my shirt, so we just really all gonna ignore that. Um, but it's given a sense of things not going as planned or as practiced or as thought out or as what was said to be done. And you looking and you're thinking like, ain't a retrograde? Like, why is things delayed? What's going on? What's happening? Like, it should be fine. It should be cool. It should be good. And I'm telling you, there's always retrograde. But that's kind of like your mind. You're trying to like figure out what's going on. Why is this not working out as you planned, as you thought? Why did I not notice this beforehand? What is going on? And I also channeled want now, but don't need. And I wrote that after the time frame that they gave me was a month. So you could be getting this information in a month, more information in a month, whatever it is. But after I put a month, I heard want now, but then in a like almost a different, I want to say texture, but imprint like bolding on there. I put but don't need. Because the information that you're wanting, you're seeking, that you are trying to do so much with and control, you don't need. And with the string, me not even noticing the string, it's just letting me know, like they're saying, like there are things here that you can focus on. There are things here that you may not be noticing that you need to face head on, that you need to look directly at. And especially with the answers you need are coming and not just want are coming, it's a sense of it's going to come in strong and heavy for you. Mm, so sorry. And also wrote down divine message. This is going to come in and it's going to come in smooth. Like when I was also just staring at the card, just looking at it, just pulling into it, it was more of a calm blue. Like this is one of my lighter blue Sharpies. I love Sharpies. I fuck with Sharpies. I love things that are permanent. For art and writing, but it's a calmer blue in a sense of when it comes in, it's going to be like a true sense of clarity. Like if anybody that wears glasses, if you wear glasses, is like when you've been walking your whole life and you suddenly put on glasses, you're like, I did not notice so many fucking things. This is so crazy. Or like you go to like school, you go to class, or you just, the funny saying, the fun saying, you learn something every day where you just like, that's how that works. That's how that's done. It's like that aha moment, that like sense of like, wow, I've actually understood what's going on, what's happening. This incense is going crazy. And this is my relaxed incense. Just to kind of calm the energy, calm the mood, but it's going strong and vibrant and it's coming. And it's like big old billows. It's like, but it just, they really want you to have this calm because there are things that you can focus on now, that you can handle now. You're like, dang, I was expecting this needed to work out. They said it would be here in this time frame. It was going to happen this way. I would set this up to do this and had it up this. Like I practiced, like I said, I came here, like set up everything, make sure everything was, in a sort of way that looks at least somewhat visually appealing to the eye in that sense. And like you can see me, like the light's good, okay. But like I didn't notice it. And it's letting me know, like it was like, okay, I'm ready to start, I'm ready to get it there, I'm ready to get going. And it's almost in a sense of like, slow down a bit, relax a bit. And I wasn't rushing, but it was like, okay, I need to get this message out. But it was in the sense of just wanting to. It took a moment, fix like it would have just been, I still would have did the same thing, pulled it off. A string is a string. But it's just using that mindset, right? And we also have dreams. So your dreams can be speaking to you more, giving to you more in a sense of like that more calmer nature of how they're trying to communicate with you and how the answers are coming in. And maybe they want you to process maybe the last information that they gave you. And I'm hearing like, did you even process what you, it's like, okay, you got that, but then you asked the question right after you got the answer, right? And it's like you didn't sit with the actual answer. You didn't actually realize and reflect and then actually recognize, okay, where can I go with this information? You like started asking for more, and it's just like sit with that, work with that. Let's deal with this first, okay? And let's do this first. And also pull tears, and I wrote that big, and it's like you are almost pushing some of your emotion down, some of your energy down, some of that sense down. And with this full moon being on a Monday, Monday is about that emotional depth, that energy, the Cancer energy, that house in that sense is just pulling into that and recognizing, okay, how deep have I actually been going? When I do get these answers, when I do get this information, when it does come in, I'm actually sitting with it. Do I feel like it's an actual divine message? Am I always worried about the next thing? Okay, that's done. That's great. That's fine. Let's figure this out. Let's do this. Like, so, And then it can also lead to, I'm hearing you not being happy with like your success, your accomplishments, what you have done, what you will do. And that's why I also wrote down fidget, like you just fidget a lot and you do a lot, but also bursts of joy. Like you allow yourself these small little moments of bursts of joy, but you don't sit in that enough either. And those are answers as well. It can be just a straight climax of information. You're just like, wow, this is great. Something that you've been asking for, something that you've been manifesting instead of worrying about the next thing. Because right after that, I wrote help. So it's like in a sense of feeling like whatever is coming in may not be enough. And so what the answers that you do need are coming is letting me know that you already have the answers that you did want as well. And they want you to sit with that. They want you to be open with that, to receiving, like, I wanted to hear this. I wanted to know this. And not in a sense of like a delusion, because Gemini's air energy is about facts. It's about lighting things up. It's about actually weighing things out in your mind. Actually, it's facts. It's gathering information. They always got to fight. They always got it's gathering them right across from the side with that knowledge and that information and wanting to really dive deep into that. And so that's what they want you to really pull into, is pulling into that deep dive of that Gemini energy, of that truth. I also got truth over lies, but I almost felt to like truth over ovaries. And it's let me know to pull more into those feminine qualities of standing in that power, of standing in that revelation, of that knowledge, of you allowing yourself to, yes, my intuition is great, but my intuition led me to ask that question that has now gave me the answers that I need. And I'm realizing that the answers that I want are also the answers that I need. And I will still get the information that I need to continue to move forward. But I also need to sit and process with this. So again, it was a sense of recognizing, like, pulling that in. You also got pushback. You feel like sometimes you get information or where things happen or where things shift, it's a pushback or a setback. I had to realize that today. Like, you know what? Something happened. I was expecting something to come and did not come, but something else did come that I was expecting for months. I was like, finally, it's here. But then I was like, oh, I got to deal with this. But it was like, that's actually not as important as this. This I needed. Either way, this is going to come. This is going to happen. It's all going to work out. Like, I actually don't need that. It just a matter of me needing patience. That's all I needed. Like, I actually needed this. Like, this is the one I needed. Like, this would have been great. But also where I'm going, my goals, and I also have to realize that where I'm going, my goals, that would have actually fucked me up if I would have had that. If I would have, you know what, I'm gonna just wait. It ain't here yet. It ain't meant to be here yet. It wasn't shipped yet. It wasn't meant to be shipped yet. So it's taking those moments and taking those time and realizing that was my manifestation out on work. And some be like, oh, this is another thing, it's another setback. And it can feel that way. And yeah, it can feel that way. I feel like we're using words like sometimes it's a feeling. That's why they want the truth over the lies, truth over the delusion. They really want you to still dive deep into those facts, into that information of weighing things out and actually being able to do there and not feeling fidgety with this energy, but a release with this energy, a change with this energy, and an understanding. And like I said, with it being all this almost like lighter texture blue, because if you look at the other card that I'm doing for Western Astrology with Cancer, it's a deeper, more in your face. This is almost lingering on the green side, purpose, like it's almost there. And they really want you to just kind of inhabit, open in that air energy, heart space, heart chakra, recognizing like, okay, Maybe I need to relieve something. Maybe I need assistance with something. Maybe what is going on is not quite here and ready for me yet because I'm not quite ready for it yet. That could possibly be me getting that me another thing you got to deal with, and it is going to have to be another thing I'll deal with. So I'd rather just not and deal with what is currently right on my plate, right in front of me. Let me eat what I got. Let me not worry about dessert yet. Let me not worry about, dinner yet if I'm having an appetite. You know what I'm saying? It's like eat and allow your body to process what you have consumed, you know, not feeling over bloated and stuffed and lethargic, or you can't move and it's uncomfortable. And now you're in a situation where if you would have slowed down and realized I didn't need that second bite, like I could have just packed it up for later, and just took a moment, sat and talked. And then by the time they came around and asked if I wanted dessert, I would have like, actually, yeah, I can actually eat those few bites and I actually do want to try this. I've been wanting to try, it's things that sort of allowing yourself to sit in a revelation of that, because I wrote big divine message, so in a sense of it's coming in a sense that this is aligning with your higher self and its divinity of all that it has for and with you. And it is very, very, very powerful, especially with this being the third house. This is about companionship. This is about support coming in. This is about that green energy, that air energy, maybe that blue energy, that kind of gray energy, which is amazing because I also have a gray candle lit for you guys too, in a sense of allowing yourself to be neutral, actually see the gray areas, live in the gray area for a bit. And I know that might sound crazy, but again, it's you allowing yourself to sit with the information and processing it, because you don't know quite what to do with it. So instead of you asking for more information, you don't even know what to do with the information you quite have yet. Whatever this is, whatever is coming in, we're going to figure out what's going on. But just gathering from the message, it's like you feel like this is information you needed to take I'm hearing these big next steps, these big moments that you really need to take, that you really need to gather, that you maybe need the funds for, that maybe you need the help for, the location for, the time for, the paperwork for, whatever it is, to make these big decisions, these big deals, this big choice. It's coming in. And with the full moon being so bright, and it also being on a Monday, it's like that extra heightened sense. Oh, no, we got a hair in my eye. The heck? Coming out of nowhere. Coming out of left field. This information is definitely going to be coming out of left field. Like I said, it's going to be a divine message. It's going to be like, why? No. That's why I had to wait. That's why that didn't work. That's why this happened. It's just a sense of pulling all of this in, but you will know that if you're trying to immediately get to this is black, this is white, this is green, this is blue, sit in that kind of mix of colors for a bit. Recognize your emotions. Like I said, I got tears really big and bursts of joy, but allow yourself to sit in those emotions. Just like, how does this share feel? Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. All right. And taking that in and allowing yourself to process that. Let's see if we got any moon cards for you here. That's funny. As soon as I guys flip the deck, and okay, I said flip the deck. I meant split the deck, flip the deck, flip it on your head, flip your perspective, flip your ideas, flip it. Geminis are that fun, that air energy. They work very well with fire, right? To kind of push in that. So maybe pulling that, maybe pulling in on that fire, pulling in on that roll. You're not gonna fuck me. You're not gonna fuck me up today. Come on now, tongue. Whirlwind. Thank you. Of emotions and energy, and pulling in on that. We also got your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Like I said, they want you to not just go immediately to the next thing, right? Not just like, no, but I need to know this. No, I need to have this. No, I need to understand this. Understand what you have now. Work what you have now and operate off of that. And I'm hearing like you're not going to be punished for something that you don't know or something you didn't have. Imagine like a child obviously seeing somebody using the stove, right, to cook things, but they don't know that that is actually heat using it to cook it. They just see their mom, their dad, their aunt, the uncle, the grandma, whomever, put something on the stove, come back out with their food. And so now they're curious. Now they're like, okay, what is this? What is she stretched? I got my niece down here that is so funny. She stretched. Um And they go and touch it. And it's like, no, don't touch that. And the stove may not even be on. It could be on. But it's like, hey, no, no, don't touch that. Like, do not do that. It is hot. And that's kind of how they want you to think. If you don't know something and you're operating off the knowledge that you have, that, okay, they just put on the stove and they come back with my favorite food, or they just come back with food, period. What is that? Like, what is that? I want to touch it. Like, I want to get on there. I want to see what's happening. And they want you to slow down a little bit before you burn yourself. Like I said, this air works very well with this fire, and they do want you to use it in a way, but in a slow burn. You know how you start something, you just kind of like, I'm trying not to whistle, but blow on it. When you get that pulse on it, it says me, that was the smoke is not lit. But you just want to kind of just blow on it, kind of feed into the fire, feed into the fire, feed. Okay, now it's lit. Okay, now let me use the warmth. Let me use the light. Let me take that in. So allow yourself to have that understanding. Like, you can take time to process things. And once you do that, you may be able to ask like, hey, what does that mean? What's going on? We have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I love that for you. Like I said, it's coming in. You feel like you have to just allow yourself to recognize that you've had all the answers that you needed to do what needs to be done before new answers are revealed. And you need to continuously work on yourself, continuously set that up for you, because the end of its cycle does approach. Feel this card. Yeah, we got two purple cards. And it may seem funny, we have step out of your comfort zone and we have hold your vision. Like I said, you're going to need, with this new information, do something a little bit different. Not immediately ask for something else, not immediately try to resolve it, not immediately dismiss you and the joy, whatever it is. Allow yourself to step out of your comfort zone by staying in a zone that you may not be comfortable in, that gray area. That, okay, I'm still waiting on answers. Like, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm going to process what I have now because I may miss something. I may be overlooking something. Because what I'm overlooking as a child is I'm not seeing them go tick, 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 if it's a gas stove. I'm not seeing them click those buttons. Maybe I just come in at these random moments and times and I only see that they put something now on the stove. I didn't see them actually turn it on. I didn't see it turn red if it's electric, or them I didn't see these steps. So maybe I need to take a moment and hold my vision. Like, I really want to know what this is. I really want to get to this big goal, to this new car, to this house, to this job, to this promotion, to this relationship, whatever it is that you're trying to get to. And it does feel like it's tough. And Capricorn is very, it's that cardinal starting energy. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to get going. But they want you to sit in that Gemini energy, which I believe is mutable because it matches with Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is mutable, if I'm correct. I like to double check. I never mind double checking, ever, 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 ever. Once you learn a lot of stuff, sometimes you gotta remember, you gotta relearn a lot of stuff. I was absolutely correct. Mutable. I love that. Just a little confirmation. And it also leads into Gemini energy. They're okay with checking their facts. And sometimes they'll do it like, I bet you check it. Go ahead. Look it up. Thank you. And they want you to kind of sit and stepping out of your comfort zone, or maybe just rechecking your information. Rechecking what you have. Okay, is all my payments set up correctly? Did I pay that? And let me make sure nothing doesn't come out when it's not supposed to. Okay, did I actually call that place? Did I actually put in that application? Did I actually apply? No, I only talked to my boss about it. Shoot, I forgot I was supposed to finish that cover letter and update it. So it's things that you could be missing. They want you to make sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and circling your O's completely, because they want you to hold on to your vision with this fixed moon. Like, stay in this mutable energy of stepping out of your comfort zone, of recognizing that you may have to check what you've done. You may need to ask for help or assistance if that's something that you typically don't do. You may need to look in some odd places, but that is going to end the tough cycle for you, with this being in the top corner for you. Also, pulling that full moon energy, hold to your vision. And it's very true. But don't get so wavered in it trying to search for information when you can rely on the information that you have now. And that, like, hey, grandma, what is that? What is that? Is that? How do you do that? So this is how it works. And we turn it on. Right now I got it on medium low. So I kind of want to reach a boil. And a boil means that it's hot. Like, it's gonna burn and burn, and then you get into more like it's an ouchie, you know, that type of stuff. It gets more, and that's why I said it's a divine message, because divine messages, where they comes to your dreams, which is what I wrote down, it allows you to see the truth outweighs the lies. Like, it is something that you can stand on. It's so divine. It's like, oh, it's coming with more information I needed, and instructions, and a footnote, and a DVD in case I want to watch it, and they got an audio book. It's like it comes with so much information. Like, it's like, oh, this is why it was rough. This is why it was tough for me a little bit. I didn't have enough friction. I had too much friction. Like, it's pulling you in to recognize, I don't want to lose sight of what I truly want and what I'm going for. Yeah, emotions are running high, super. Energy is nice and high in the sky. Nothing is yet set in stone, and that's your energy, mutable energy. Nothing is yet set in stone. And I think that's the part that may have you a little bit afraid, a little bit fearful, a little bit fidgety, a little bit like, I want these answers. And they're like, but you don't need them now. Is because nothing is set in stone. And you know that there's always a change. So you feel like the more information that you have, the more that you can avoid the danger. The more that you can, bypass the danger. And it's like, no, you're actually about to end a tough cycle. So not saying you're going to go into another tough cycle, but it's in a sense you're ending a tough cycle, and allowing you to recognize what this is can allow you to break the cycle, to shift it, to move it, to have a different way of thinking and processing. I'm feeling it over here. That's cute. We got the I-Ching deck for you, which is our proverb deck. And I haven't done this on live in some time. So for me to do it for you guys, and I haven't done it live in some time, I'll share some message all in itself. Even the information that other people typically don't get. Not like they can't get it. I haven't been drawn to the cards in a sense. We got number 47, and we have it in the reverse. And I try not to get too many of these, but I'm feeling another one in here. Shay, 60 and 50. So I felt 52. All right. And I will put these down below so that way you can sit with them. Okay. Because again, they are proverbs, so they're a little bit in proverbs. Okay. And before I read, yes. Here's my cup. Bless me. We have Kuni or Kuan, which is exhaustion, 47 in the reverse. We have above lake, below water. Water abandons the lake. Spiritual exhaustion. Water has drained away from the lake, leaving it dry and barren. In human life, character is proven in times of adversity, when it seems like all joy has drained from life. Maintaining hope and good cheer under hard circumstances can bring exhaustion of spirit. When fate is unkind, care must be taken to replenish what has been used up. One must remain true to oneself. What I said, they want you to focus on you, deep in you. And what they want you to sit in is this realization of this end. Right? You need to spiritually replenish yourself. And that's why they wrote divine message so big. It's because they want you to go back into that spirit. They want you to go back into that sense. They want you to hold on to their vision. Not losing you. Like I said, stepping out of your comfort zone is you just reflecting at this moment in time. You sitting and realizing what's going on at this moment in time, because something has been missed. Something has been drained. And if you're ending something, you're also going to have to deal with the ending of something. Yeah. So allowing yourself this, you are exhausted and nothing is set in stone. And instead of you realizing nothing is set in stone, including this exhaustion, this confusion, this worry, this fear, this doubt, whatever it is, I need to focus on what I can replenish, what I can heal, what I can work on. Maybe I need more sleep, Maybe I need more sleep. Maybe I need a better savings plan. Maybe I need a plan, period. Maybe I need the information on this. Maybe I don't even really want this job. I just like to pay at this job. Let me see if there's other opportunities out there. It can still be within your company, still be within your field, whatever it is. It's a sense of recognizing I'm holding my vision to staying true to myself. And that's what they want you to recognize and realize at this moment. It's causing spiritual exhaustion because you're so in the physical right now, trying to find so many answers in the physical. And it's something that you're missing that can burn you. So let's pull that together. We're going to go ahead and pull up 60 because that came out next. We have Chich or Chihi. Chi, limitation above water, below lake, rain over the lake, respecting limits. Ooh, and right after you had the drought, what did it say? A little bit of rain, baby, a little bit of rain. It says the lake is defined by its limitations. It is contained and finite in its dimensions. Water above the lake is limitless, as rain may continue to fall along after the lake's boundaries have flooded over. It says kindness depends on respecting the limitations of others and not as assuming they can handle whatever one pours forth. Civilization depends on respecting the limits of property and social mores. Proceed with care. Mm, mm, mm. They literally said kindness is recognizing what you can and cannot do. And like I said, you cannot take all this on. You're going to need that companionship. It's that third house. It's that third energy. If we're thinking of third, it's that something coming. It's that support. It's that community. It's that allowing that to step forth for you. So taking that in and recognizing nothing is set in stone and what you can and can't do, you need to allow yourself that. Because this limitless downpour, like I said, this divine messages, this information is going to come in. You just need to recognize how it's going to come in, how it's going to work and affect you. So proceed with care to yourself, to recognizing that and moving with that. So then we're going to go back to 50, which is the cauldron. Ting. Above fire, below wind. What did I say? This 50 is calling to me. And this is also in reverse. So it's a little bit, like I said, a little bit too much wind and it's feeding and too much that fire and it's not allowing me to actually sit with this smoke of an incense. Let me actually thank this for the right one again. It says wood below fire, spiritual sustenance. We went from spiritual exhaustion to spiritual sustenance because 60 just allows you to recognize what you can and can't do at this moment in time and feeding into self. It says wood feeds fire and keeps it alive. Without this nourishment, then wood is the wind at this moment because this says below wind, parentheses, wood. My apologies, but now explain it. Here we are. Sorry for leaving out the information. My bad. But here you go. Without this nourishment, the fire would soon die out. In the same way, people need spiritual sustenance to keep the fire of the human spirit alive. The cauldron is a holy vessel into which one places his or her life as an offering to the divine. Such devotion leads to supreme good fortune. All good things proceed from this sacrifice. Like I said, you will be losing something. Hopefully not in your mind. It's what they want you to recognize, but allowing yourself to feed that nourishment. Like I said, hold your vision. Answers are coming in because nothing is set in stone. So allowing yourself to recognize that you're stepping out of the comfort zone allows you to pull into that 60 and not so much that 47 because it's exhausting. I want you to recognize I don't need to push and maybe, I'm relying on myself too much on the information that I have, on the information that I do know, on what's going on, what's happening. And maybe I shouldn't, and not in a sense of like just immediately going, but like, if you're thinking about changing your, like, how do I do that? How do I set this up? You're looking for friends like, okay, maybe, they're not there as much. Maybe I need to go to places that I enjoy instead of going to places that I feel like everybody is at. And I know I won't want to do that once the friendship starts. And I don't want to have a false sense of like, yeah, yeah. And then you're later on like, maybe you're reflecting on how much you do and don't want to do for yourself. I've been saying I was gonna set an alarm, but I was setting an alarm for a bedtime. Ben said I was gonna do this and rearrange my room. Ben said I was gonna clean out my closet because I know I can fit a lot of these clothes. It's just also that's taken in and recognizing. And you're expecting all these things, like you expecting the moon, but you bringing all this stuff that you know you ain't gonna use. Just start taking it out. When a car would, do you know how much the gas is, insurance is, weighing that out? Like, hey, I just need it. Like once I got it, then I figured that out. Figure that out beforehand. Yeah, let's do that beforehand. Let's also, let's start there. So they want you to start in a sense of like, let's start where it needs to be started. Okay. Mm, yeah. Go ahead. Here. Why? I Shakespeare, wrong cards. This is not the cards I was pulling up. Your energy is there. They really want you to focus on this moon energy. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some final messages for you. And I think the reason why they had me do the proverb as well for you in spirit is let me also because they they want you to sit with these messages. And I wrote them down, so that's why I put the cards up. But they want you to sit with these messages, right? They want you to recognize where the hell? Thank you. They want you to recognize, like, hey, not everything right now that you have may seem like it's dead on, right? It's exactly what you need, but it is. Even if you take those keywords, spiritual exhaustion, spiritual replenish, like even if you're taking those, allowing yourself that feeding into yourself, it's going to be very, very, very powerful. Ooh, nose is itchy, right on the nose. Right on the nose. Ashe. Right on the nose. We got water energy, diving into the depths, cleansing energy, truthful energy, tranquil energy. That sustenance, that rain coming down, that 60 energy, right? And then we got focus, like I said, your sister sign, that Gemini energy, allowing yourself to be focused on one direction, one point at this moment in time. Not so much fidgety, not so much everywhere. I need this answer so I can understand this last answer instead of just trying to take that last answer and understand that for what it is and trying to get in more. It's like I'm hearing you're trying to find the wizard behind the curtain. You're trying to figure out the magician's trick. Instead of realizing maybe this may be you got the power all along. Because the magician is only as good as the person's perspective and what they can and can't see. Right? We got time in reverse. Yeah, you guys, like I said, a month. I ain't even now. You guys, you got that brown energy. Like I said, pulling into that, being rooted and grounded, sitting in that, waiting in that. But even with like the Wiz, like she had the shoes all along, she had the power all along, right? And it was like you don't need this motherfucker behind the curtain. Like this motherfucker behind the curtain didn't even know what this he was doing. Yeah, we got shift coming in. Like I said, nothing is set in stone. They need you to process this information because what you keep trying to gather this information, when this information does come in and it's divine and it's clear and it's cut and it's there, they want you to make sure that you can focus and deal with it. So they want you to recognize what's going on with yourself. How is it working? What can I do that's currently in my vicinity off of my knowledge? And I may just have to be a toddler standing in the kitchen just like, okay, let me watch. What are they doing? What if they turn that on? I've never seen that turn that on. I'm seeing now she's like carrying her arm like this, not to touch it. But beforehand, she cleaned the stove. What is going on? What's going on? How does that work? Versus going straight to the harm. You want to sit there in the depth of that and the emotion of that. Like I said, some of you may need to cry, just have tears of joy. Doesn't have to be sadness. Like I said, tears of joy, tears of confusion, tears of just frustration. But it's the sense of release. Like they said in 60, it's this infinite above. And maybe you need to release that to cleanse out your heart below, right? It's way too much in here trying to see everything, trying to get all the knowledge. I know this, I know this. Maybe you need to, I feel it my heart in here. And that's why you feel like time may be running out. It's because your emotions feel a little bit high, a little bit ramped up. And that's why they gave you this common blue, this Gemini energy, this partnership, this companionship. Yeah, we got gratitude with the candle. I want you to allow yourself to be grateful for what you have. Realize the truth that you were and are privy to currently before more comes in. You know, and like I said, it could be in a month's time from whenever you watch it where you're just like, okay, or I'm hearing some of you got this information a month ago and you're still trying to figure it out before you got to deal with more shit. But allow that in. We got nature spirits, that green energy coming in again, getting out in nature, being out around water, getting some nature in your house, buying maybe some flowers. If you're out in the cold and you don't really care to go out in the cold, you know, allowing yourself to sit and recognize that. Because even nature takes a long time to grow, and the only time limit that it's on is theirs. You know? So allowing yourself to sit and recognize with that is very, very, very powerful. It's very, very, very powerful. I'm hearing your emotion hasn't stopped. Your emotion hasn't stopped, even when you do, right? Because it allows you to replenish and check all the facts of what you have. Because, like this, you can hear something. I'm hearing, like, you can hear something about the car gets a recall. You know, things of that sort. It's like, oh, shit. Or that one is a gas guzzler, like the car of your dreams. And not saying to change the car, but you're like, okay, maybe I need to, have a little bit more in the savings. Maybe I might have to, have an extra gas tank in the back of my car. So that way, in case gas prices go up and I know this car takes a lot of gas, I can kind of weigh that out and have that information. I don't want to have to buy, even just things like that. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and say, do I even know if I can get renter's insurance? How's my credit looking? What's going on? Can I set this up? Can I get a credit card? We got divine masculine. Divine masculine can be coming in. And you know me, as a good girl, it can be a woman looking, presenting, man looking, presenting, whatever it is. Because we all should have it in us. But it's given that that's what's also coming in. And not saying that, like I said, it's just right now, you need to focus on the information that you have. Because whatever is coming in, it's going to be from outside of you. Because you need to look inside of you to review, revise, refocus, and revitalize. So with this divine masculine coming in, it's somebody coming in to help you tap in even more into that. It could just be somebody just like saying something, but what did you say? Huh. Okay. And they really don't want me to go too deep into your message because they really are saying they really need to sit with the information they already got. They really need to just take a look at their life and look at their goals and see how they're going to get their goals. And they also, not even with goals, they also need to recognize what the goals of yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Look about your life. What is going on? They really don't want me to give too much. And that's why they give me these certain cards. Yeah, because you got good fortune raining down either way it goes. That's my cat. Hold on, Ruhi, because, yeah, we're just going to have to wait, boo-boo. Yeah, there goes that new moon energy. Right after this full moon. It's like a mix. Thank you, Juna. I'm going to let you in, I promise. I'm doing a reading, honey. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but he's cussing me out. We got protection coming in. You are protected. You are guided. You are loved. And that's why they want you to slow down. It's like when you running around and like, hey, you run around like that, you might hurt yourself. Just be careful. And then they're still there to help you pick you up and let you know, like, hey, you're good. You're safe. You're safe to travel. If you guys are looking to travel, look up the laws of where you're going to. Make sure you do that. The rules, look up some good words and keywords. Make sure you got everything set up for that. Yeah, and trust in the unknown. You really got to trust in the unknown and work with what is known. Trust in the unknown and work with what is known. Thank you, Judah. She really wanted. Yeah, new moon again, right after new life, and then relief, and then they like it's coming in. It's coming in. We need you to recognize, and this is the balance of divine and feminine. Like I said, with this divine master coming in, it's not going to be you losing yourself. It's going to be relief for you to pull more into yourself. And with all this green coming in, it is very much you are opening your heart space, your heart chakra. Let me go ahead and read that for you. I'm going to let you in, baby boy. I promise. I'm just doing a reading. And I be trying to get him as much information as possible, whether he understands or not. Okay? Mm. You got the color green, the sound yum or yam, element air, and then the gland is the thymus. Keywords are I love. Okay? Parallel to the heart, it is representative of unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. Like I said, it's that third house energy, that companionship energy, that not having to do it all on your own, recognizing the information that you do have and allowing yourself to love that information, love yourself, love what you can and cannot do at this moment, as it also leads to the kindness of recognizing what you can and can't do for boundaries, saying no more when you need to. No, I can't do that. I'm saving. No, I can't do that because I don't like the way that makes it feel. No, I can't. Just trusting in that, because that leads to the good fortune, that leads to the luck, that leads to the abundance, the shift that is happening in your life, whether you feel like you have this information or not. There's a link between the mind, body, and soul. So balance in this area could take a while, which is why you need time. I want you to sit with these things. It says all you need for the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with your spirit. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some final messages, like final love affirmations for you guys to leave here with. Do purple for you. We got my success and acceptance. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your success is inevitable. Your acceptance of yourself and others is powerful. We got the best version in acceptance again. Yes, accepting what you know so that way you can trust in the unknown. All right, Spirit, what is the affirmation that we have for our full moon in Geminis? Endless possibilities. The possibilities of my life are endless, and this thought invigorates me. Though we ceaselessly plan ahead, anything and everything good could happen tomorrow. I can choose any path I want to be able to achieve my dreams. What did I say? You trying to let me do this, let me set this up, let me set this up, and it might be something else. We got strength in food. And I referenced that food reference too in the beginning, which is hilarious. We got food provides me with the strength to move through each day. I listen to my body in what it wants and needs, and that's what you can kind of control, okay? And those signals are ever changing. Feeding our body is a powerful connection with nature. I love this for you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. This is powerful. It's amazing. Again, I have the Proverbs as well as the affirmations in the description below, so that way you can sit with those, reference those, just allow this information to truly come in, because it does lead to more. That good fortune can be health, monetary, finance, whatever it is, love, joy, but it's endless either way. And they keep letting you know, like, endless, good fortune, and luck. All this is endless. Almost like it's so great that they reference noodle, because noodles are about long life and longevity as well. So yeah, taking that in, you got this, baby. You got this.